Hi everybody, you all know that I'm vegan. This is how to make about 50 vegan lentil patties for hamburgers, and they're delicious. And this is what I use. You start with one little bag of lentils. I like the Goya ones, but it doesn't matter which brand you use. The night before you're going to do it, you have to put, I already did that last night. I took the bag and put it in water so that the lentils would soak in it. It takes out starches and it helps you so you don't get gassy stomach or something. So anyway, it's really nice. Those are ready. They have been there overnight. I already rinsed them once. While you are cutting everything, you need to put the lentils to cook. I've rinsed them a couple of times and they're ready to go. You want to put them to boil for about 40 minutes. They need to be super soft so that they're easy to manipulate, because in essence they're going to turn into a malleable form, right? Almost like when you're using what Mexicans, we call it masa for tortillas. So it's gonna be, it'll be easy to mush. I'm gonna be using this. I love this KitchenAid. I'll show you guys how it's done. Again, put it to boil around 40 minutes while you continue cutting and all of that. So I like to put a little bit of this herb salt. It gives it a really nice flavor. Some people like adding it later. I like putting it now because it cooks. And also a tiny bit, because I'm Mexican, I like this Creole seasoning. I don't know what it is about it, but it just gives a little bite and it makes them super tasty. So just put a little bit, not a lot. Looks like I'm putting a lot because I haven't added all the other stuff. So it's fine. So now it goes to boil for 40 minutes while I finish cutting the rest. You're going to need 4 eggs, but I don't need eggs, so I use this. Eggs from Plants. That's a company. And measured here, it's about 2/3 of a cup of this. And it's like, look how much it looks like eggs. You can actually make omelets with it. It's pretty good. Then 425 grams. This is the one that I use, the breadcrumbs. It's made from fresh baked bread, non-GMO, wheat, plain. There has nothing else but that, because I noticed that some of the breadcrumbs out there have eggs and other things that I don't eat. So it's great. Then you need one of these peppers. You can choose red or yellow. 3 garlic cloves. About 300 grams of carrots, like this much. You also need a sweet onion. This is a large one. You need about 400 grams of it. 394. So it's just about what I need. You need to chop this just like I'm chopping everything else. Okay, so now everything is cut. This carrot, the onion, garlic, and pepper. And now we're going to saute it with a little bit of pepper or salt, a little tiny bit, and get it ready to mix everything together. So we have warming up this pan. I like using extra virgin olive oil for sauteing. It's good for you, and it's a good type of fat, as I understand it. So I put just a little bit. The pepper and the carrot take longer to fry than the garlic. So you put those first, and you put the onion next, and when the onion gets semi-transparent, you put the garlic, otherwise the garlic will burn on you. And here we are, start mixing it up a little bit. It's gonna take a little bit of time, but it's not a problem because the lentils are cooking. So it probably needs another 20 minutes. There's like, it's gonna end up being a lot of vegan meat when this is all said and done. So you can add some salt. I'm saying that because I'm adding salt here again, and I had put some on the lentils and what have you. But you have to think about how much it's going to be once it's done. So if you don't add a little more than you would think you might need, it might not have a nice taste. And you know, you want them to be tasty. So I added a little bit more salt to the vegetables as I'm cooking. Some of the herb salt and some of this Creole that I love so much. It's delicious. I'll be back. This is the easiest way. If you can master this, this is the easiest way to mix the vegetables when you're frying them. I love it. What a show off, huh? Anyway, I'm looking at it, at the veggies, and I see that they're getting very soft. So it is now time to add the onion. And like I said before, wait for the garlic just a little bit because it burns very, very easily, and you would ruin everything if you burn the garlic. Okay? Remember, you guys, I'm not a chef on television. I'm just doing this to help because I know a lot of families, a lot of moms and dads, most likely, that cook for their children are trying to find ways to feed their families for less. This hamburger recipe is good because it's not that expensive. I mean, the bag of lentils cost me what, $2, and then you know all these ingredients maybe another $10, not even. And you're gonna get about 50 burger patties, which is incredible to feed your family. And you can use them to make burgers, or you can use them also. I like to cut the patties. I put them in the oven, in the toaster oven, over there in the back. And then you cut it in pieces and you can spread it on top of salads. Another way is you cut it in pieces and add it to a spaghetti sauce instead of meat. That's the reason that I'm filming and that I'm putting this out, to help moms and dads out there that are trying to feed their families the most efficient and economical way you can. So don't judge me too much because I'm not doing everything like people would do on a show or something. This is not a show. This is just me sharing with you. And I'm saying this because people are crazy out there sometimes and they judge everything. So there you go. I'm almost ready for, you see how the onion is starting to get transparent? Like, it's almost ready for the garlic. But the point of all of this is to get them sauteed and cooked and soft, because this is going to be pureed. Okay? All right, I'm going to grab the garlic, add it up, and continue mixing. I keep telling you guys that it should be about 40 minutes with the lentils, and we are there. And what you want to see, I'm going to show you. This is how you know that it is where you want it to be. See, here it is. You see how it just falls apart? Look, focus camera, there. You see it? They're ready. So I've been sauteing all the veggies for about 15 minutes. You can see that when I press, they're starting to fall apart. If my camera only focuses. See? Anyway, trust me, my camera doesn't want to focus. Oh, there it is. So this falling apart. So that means they're ready. Okay? All right, so look how big the container I have. This is my hand, huge, because you got so much out of it. I have removed the water from the lentils. So you place it in a big container. I wish I had one made out of porcelain or some type of ceramic, because I would prefer it. And then you add all the veggies. Oof. Oh, I told you I don't do this. That's a job. Okay, so here, so you guys can see, this is looking good. Okay, and the next step is going to be to blend everything together. The typical bean press, you know, it looks like a little round thing with a mesh, and then it has a handle. You can use that for this. If you don't have that at home, you can use a huge serving forks. You can use this to press everything. It's gonna take you a little bit of time, but you can use that. Or you can use one of these blenders. Okay, this is finished. See that? So now that this is done, you add the eggs. If you're not vegan like me, you can use real eggs. And if you cannot use this vegan option eggs, you can use chia seeds instead. That you're gonna have to go and keep adding until you get the consistency. Can't speak. Adding this or the chia seeds or real eggs is because you need something to bind everything so it doesn't fall apart when you're cooking. That's pretty much what it is. All the flavor, all the tastiness is in the ingredients that we are putting. This is just so that they don't fall apart. All right? So you keep adding breadcrumbs until you get that consistency. It's gonna start looking like meat. It's the weirdest thing. So you're gonna end up using pretty much everything. Like I said, this is 15 ounces, 425 grams. But it'll, trust me, it'll start looking like meat, getting that consistency. You can see, look. So you just keep mixing with the amount of ingredients that I noted earlier. Pretty sure you're gonna need to use the whole thing. So just keep adding and keep mixing. I used a little bit of the olive oil that I showed you guys before. This one, a little bit on my hand so it doesn't stick. But then I wash my hands again, and of course now it's sticking. But that's the way for it not to stick. Now, you have made all of this. It's taking you a long time to get it ready. You want them to taste good. What you should do is just grab a little one. Make a little patty just so you can taste it. Because if it's needing salt or any spices, then this is the time you do it. You add it so that you know that what you made is going to be tasty. Otherwise, if you just put it away, like start making the patties and you put it away and then you serve it to your family and they're not as tasty, there's nothing you can do. So this is the time to check it out and make sure that they are yummy. Oh, look how cute. I like little things. All right, so I'm gonna cook this and see how it is. So here is a little baby burger. So this is a taste test. Like I said, so you don't find out when it's too late that it needs salt or something. Typically, you can cook them like this once you're done. With a little olive oil on a pan. What I typically do is use my toaster oven. And I put them there and they come out really, really good. Okay, I think this is done. I hope it's yummy, so I don't have to do anything else other than the last part, which is separating them, and I'll show you all of that. So here's my little baby burger. It's so yummy. I'm ready for the last step. Okay, so the next thing you are going to need, if you're not the greatest cook ever like me, and you want efficiency, you're gonna need a press like this. You see? It is made specifically for burgers. It comes with a little mini press inside for sliders, I guess they call it, for tiny little burgers, but I'm not using that. And this thing comes off, right? You put the meat and you press. Now, they sell the wax paper in circles, but I don't have that. I have just a regular wax paper. This is what I'm using. Reynolds. And I'm just cutting them. I cut a strip and then you fold it and it's ready. I usually cut everything first. Now, the other thing is the size of the burger. After doing it many times, I know that it should be about this big, right? If you cook regularly, you probably easily can just eye it. I think every woman out there or man that cooks gets an idea. You know, kind of like when you put spices or salt, you kind of pinch here and pinch there, because you know like how much it should take. But this could help you if you have some container like that, so you can see, okay, it's about the right size. Then you put this here, you put your little ball in the middle, so you fold this on top, and then you press. And voila, there they are. It's perfect. If you were to try to remove it now, it will stick to the paper. But once they are frozen, it's so easy. You just peel it and it peels right off. But this way they don't stick together. I mean, I recommend you buy the circles, the rounds. Makes your life a lot easier. But I don't have them at home right now. And I had to make this for my own family, so. And there it is. Okay, so one last thing. This is the thickness that this came out. I think for my taste, it's a little bit too thin. So I need to make the ball a little bit bigger. So I get a little bit of a thicker burger. And that's it, you guys. I'll let you know how many I got out of this mixture. I hope this helped. All right, I came back because maybe this is useful to somebody. If you don't have the rounds, this is what you do. I already know about the width, right, that I want. Once I cut the first one, I just put it on top and it's kind of see-through, so it's easy. And this is like super fast. See? And then you got two. If you try to cut it with this little serrated thing that it comes with, forget about it. It's a mess, and I'll show you. Who invented this? Seriously. This does not work. anyway, that's how I do it. I have this metal ruler that I keep very clean, and that's how I cut it. Okay. It's super easy. So you just make it and go. I like to have a little bit of water for my fingers so that they don't stick on my hand. And you just grab and you compare. It's easy to match the other one. So your balls will be exactly the size that you like for the thickness of vegan hamburger patty that you like. So I just wanted to show you how I'm doing it. Now I'm going really fast. This is the last step, and I cannot wait because it's an amazing recipe, and it's a great thing to feed your family at a good price, but it takes a bit of time, at least a good hour and a half. I was thinking about the cost of the vegan meats that I buy sometimes, and you know, you get maybe 4 or 6 in a package, and they're about, I don't know, they range between $5 and maybe $7, and you get only 4 or 6. And I guarantee I'm gonna show you at the end, but I'm gonna end up with probably, I don't know, 40 or 50 patties. And I promise you, I didn't spend more than maybe $10. They're nutritious, they have iron, they have vegetables. Tell me that's not a good thing for the family, especially for parents that are trying to save money. They have to save for their kids to go to school, to buy them supplies. Moms and dads, I don't want to say dads don't cook because there are wonderful dads out there. But I mean, it makes a huge difference, you guys. And that's why I wanted to do this and show you. Because, you know, I grew up with very limited financial help. So you never forget. I work really hard, and my family is comfortable at this point. But you never forget when you have grown up with, you know, with lacking so many things. So I always try to be smart with money and not be wasteful. So anyway, I wanted to show you, this is how I do it, and it gives me an idea. The perspective of the camera is showing as if they're not the same size, but from above I can tell that they are. Okay. All right, and I will come back one last time to show you the final amount that I got. Okay. All right, so they are done. Look how many I got. Isn't it crazy? I think I counted about 30. You can, if you have the rounds at home, you don't have to worry about all of this. But this is how they are. You can cut it. I cut a few to show you. And then you can stack them when you put them in the freezer. I got about 30, and I like mine on the thicker side. You see? But if you make them thinner like this one, you probably get around 50. But I like them a little thicker, and they came out really delicious. And I hope you try it. And any parents out there looking for recipes that are cost efficient and nutritious and made with love at home, this is really nice. You can put it in buns and make burgers. You can make sandwiches. You can put it in the oven and toast it, and then cut it in pieces and put it on top of salad. It's really yummy, and it looks like meat. Isn't that wild? Anyway, good luck, you guys. I'm gonna put the links to the things that I used somewhere in my bio. Nothing that I have here is too hard to find. So, all right. Have a wonderful day, you guys, and until next time.